It's a well, that doesn't show text unless you did it from that. So how do I do
Can you
that?
hear everybody over? Hey, bro, this is Anthony Jackson.
Woo! Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ha ha! You like our new video? All right. Here's Donna, and where's Mark? You coming out with us? All right. This is. I guess he's coming out later. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the news and updates. Our second anniversary show. Yes. We have some very special things planned for you, but first, I'm Laurel, and let me introduce you to my amazing co-host, Donna.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special event, the 2-year anniversary of News and Updates Show, founded by our producer, Mark, who is multitasking as usual with the slides and the live stream recording and herding us all, his feral cats. Wow. Also, say hello to our fabulous News and Updates team who keeps us rocking so we can pay attention to you while they pay attention to them and you pay attention to us. It is too simplistic to say we couldn't do it without them because we couldn't. It takes a village to keep this going, as it does every ongoing event here in Altspace VR, and we thank them so much. Give some hearts to our team, please.
Yay! Love our team. Thank you. We have, that is so wonderful. We have too much to cover in the world and in the community of AltSpace VR, which we're going to start with the news because that's what we're here for. And then we're going to share some of the history in and behind the news and updates and some other treats in this special anniversary edition. So let's start with some of the news from in and around AltSpace VR. And we begin with a small update, more of a patch, which was released this week with no major features, but improved stability and bug fixes. What is sad is that this update is that with this update, support for the Burning Man templates and categories from the event creator and the world building options are gone. So Burning Man and its events, I know it's so sad. Burning Man and its events continue, but access to their license and proprietary templates are now discontinued. But wow, what a wonderful treat though it has been while it lasted. And thanks, thanks goes to everyone who jumped in and participated with Burning Man by volunteering, by sharing knowledge, hosting events, attending and exploring the Burning Man worlds. What an experience it is to have Burning Man here.
Now, with the Mac 2D test, AltSpace VR client during the Burning Man set was set to only be during Burning Man. We are still hearing people are able to continue to use it. Some people, not everyone. But we are excited that the response has been enough to encourage AltSpace VR to continue development. However, please be aware that the Mac client could be stopped at any time. Also, there is a special version of the AltSpace VR Unity uploader for Mac clients developed during Burning Man. Reports are starting to be seen that those trying to build worlds with the version or the Windows AltSpace VR Unity uploader with Mac under Parallel or other Windows partition software, okay, people are struggling. We're sure AltSpace VR developers are focused on supporting the Mac 2D client first. Then they will follow with the Unity World Builder. So patience, please, with all these things.
Indeed. So those in the hallway, you're welcome to come on in and find a seat. We'd love to have you join us. The multimedia console, known as the MMC, has its own acronym now, has been updated again with improvements in stability and restores some features that were turned off due to bugs. Which we're thrilled about. Now, we know that working with this JSON-supported MRE is frustrating for many, especially mobile users. And we are thrilled that community members and world builders like Benji have offered alternatives for doing slides. We're using that right now. We hope that a more user-friendly version is coming, and hints are that it is. We hope so. So event hosts and world builders supporting their efforts through web-based content will be able to thrive again, hopefully here soon in AltSpace VR.
Now, I hope some of you took advantage of attending the community meetup this past week to test the new live captioning and translation feature that allows people to speak their native language and others in the room can read a translation instantly. No other platform offers this long needed feature, and it's the law that they do. Please ensure that you attend these Wednesday community meetups to help with testing. It takes a lot of testing to make this actually flow, and it has to be tested well before it can be added to our individual events, etc. So your feedback is essential as we patiently wait for the feature to arrive for all of us to use. It will be groundbreaking and open up lines of communication by breaking barriers as never before. So very excited about this.
No kidding. I cannot wait. And to support this new language translation feature, we again encourage those not speaking English to host events in your language. Please, it is needed now more than ever. It's not just about languages. Daisy Shaw continues to host her UK meetups, bringing people together from around the UK and around the world that are UK expats and whatever to meet and greet and hang out. Hey, I like to hang out there, even though I've got UK way back in my DNA. There is a great party, but we need the same from all parts of the world. We need to gather people together to connect and share. That is the magic and the purpose of social VR, breaking the barriers of politics, geography, and all to connect and learn from each other and strengthen our bonds. So if you need help setting up one of those national, regional, or language-based events, please see us after the show. We would love to help encourage you.
Now, let's not forget the announcement of the Quest 2 that happened this week. Did you guys, anybody watch the keynotes or other presentations from Facebook? Anybody pre-ordered? Okay, so let's stop the emojis and then put up emoji if you actually pre-ordered a Quest 2. How many? Oh, I need to, hang on, my emoji wheel isn't open.
Oh my!
Mine is coming. I got my order in about 3 minutes after the store. I just kept refreshing until the store was open. And so I'm one of the first ones that ordered. So we're hearing mixed reviews from those now free from their non-disclosure agreements to discuss and review. While it might be called Quest 2, many are calling it Quest 1.1 as it brings some great improvements, but it isn't a leap forward. We're eager to hear about your experiences once you get one, but also want to alert that deliveries of the Quest will certainly bring another huge uptick to new visitors in Altspace VR. So community helpers, get ready to increase your shifts in the info zone, and everyone. We want to get ready to welcome new users. So October the 13th is the delivery date. And I just want to take a couple of seconds just to say, I read bad reviews, and this is what I want to say. We had smartphones, and I remember the very first versions of smartphones when it went from a regular phone to something called smart, and it wasn't very smart. And it took a lot of years for us to get to the devices now, which we can turn the lights on in our house. We can manage our TV. We can do everything from a phone, right? But it took, I don't know, maybe 20 years to get there. So I have to say I'm disappointed by the bad reviews, because seriously, we are still pioneers in this industry. There's so few of us using this. And so when a new device comes out, to call it disappointing, I wanted to give a few slaps on the head about that, because every step we take is one step forward. How does that saying go? For mankind. Anyways,
yes.
that's my quick take on it.
Well said. You're absolutely right. We have to continue to embrace it, clunky or not, it doesn't matter. And the disappointing reviews are not that disappointing. There's a lot of complaints about the headset, what is it called? The scalp clutcher.
The strap.
The strap is annoying, but the rest of the stuff I think is amazing. So just be aware that you may have to spend that extra $30 to $60 to get the better head strap. But, that's a detail. Come on, folks, get your Quest 2. I want to get one for my mom. So anyway, we are very, very sad to report that one of our favorite community members, Dalbeth, whom many of you know, as he is a great supporter of all things Altspace VR, his wife lost her long battle with cancer this week. And yeah, it's just heartbreaking. And many of us have faced a variety of losses this year. I just lost my friends. We're all suffering. Well, we usually don't mention such personal things here. He would approve of us sharing his story. He would appreciate you knowing. But more importantly, I'd like to share what happened when Mark and I were comforting him in the info zone when he told us, and a new user joined us. He stood quiet. The new user stood quietly, commiserating with us. And then when Dalbeth left, he said, "Wow, I've been in Altspace for only a day or so, but with this terrible thing, I love how you are all here for each other, offering words of support and comfort. That's wonderful. It makes me feel even better about my experience here. Thank you."
So after 2 years doing the news and updates, and even longer here with the community of Altspace VR, we felt this summed up why we stay. It isn't the fancy world-building fireworks and interactables, although they're good. It isn't just the classes and the events, they're informative. It isn't even the avatars, which we still are a bit bitter about. Whatever you look like, we built this community with compassion and empathy, and the Altspace VR community standards reinforce it. We are here for each other with words of support and comfort and laughter and shared joy and passion for each and every one of us. And that's really important. It's critical. And we thank you for it.
It is. So while we're going to be laughing and rocking it out here in just a moment, it is, we just wanted to thank you all because that's the magic here. So please check out the Altspace VR official Discord for announcements, news, and discussions on what's going on with Altspace VR and help with the world building, with the events, and everything that's going on. And I want to give a hello to all the people. Everybody give hearts here so that Room 2 knows it is not alone. So thank you. And if you're an event host, there's a channel where you can request help finding moderators and all kinds of things. It's the official Altspace VR Discord. So it's our main center for communication for our community. So join us there. Don't forget that if you need help, make your first stop at help.altvr.com and your second at altvr.com/Discord.
Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about world building. We have had a very quiet announcement from the Altspace VR dev team that should cause rejoicing among world builders at every level. On the Altspace VR website, under More and Worlds, under My Worlds, there is a new tab for Shared with Me. Those are for worlds that have been shared with you. If someone has shared a world with you, it will actually now appear in its own list. You guys, this is huge. We are eager for more such categorization, including shared kits, models, skyboxes, templates. And often what happens is that someone shares something with us, a fix needs to happen, but we can't figure out or remember whose kit or template or world it was, as in the information isn't passed through to the recipient. This is a brilliant step in the right direction and long needed, much appreciated. Thank you, Altspace VR.
Yeah. And did you know that the SDK for Altspace VR was launched in April 2017, along with Shane's Editor, a community-based tool that allowed world builders to do a form of drag and drop Unity world building? Shane has moved on to bigger and better things with his Side Quest project and other VR apps in development, leaving us with a great start and a legacy of inspired world building tools. Now, the current World Editor's drag and drop tools was released to Altspace VR community August 2018. I want you to just think about that. That's right. Fall 2018. We've only had them for 2 years, a little longer than this show is. So that puts things kind of into perspective about, the development, all the things that have happened in there. And we're going to talk more about that later. So while many in Altspace VR think it hasn't gone far enough, in some respects they haven't. In those 2 years, we have beautiful template worlds to play with, and the ability to host events provided by Altspace VR, and we're able to build and share our own worlds and share them with each other. We have fun interactables to toss at each other, and even more goodness is coming.
Now, before the Oculus Gear VR, the first consumer-friendly VR device, users required more sophisticated Windows computers and VR headsets in order to access. Yes, there were more features, higher poly count worlds, and Unity assets, but the decision by Altspace VR to embrace Oculus Gear and to be one of the first social VR experiences in the then new Oculus Store, and their continued support of mobile devices is to be commended. We may complain all we want about not being able to build bigger, better, and more realistic, but people, anyone can build in Altspace VR. Some of our favorite worlds were built with an Oculus Gear and a Go. Daisy Shaw worked her magic for ages world building with only the Oculus Go. Laurel and others started with the Oculus Gear as well.
And the Oculus Quest stronger capabilities, especially the new Oculus 2, allows for more steps forward, not back. And so while Altspace has dropped support for the Oculus Gear, soon to be the Go, don't know when, but Oculus and Facebook have dropped it, so we're waiting. It's really heartbreaking. but it also means that AltSpace VR is moving forward to what it was in many ways prior to the arrival of mobile. But we cheer their ongoing support for lower end devices, allowing more inclusive audience and community. Honestly, the people that come in on these low end devices, sometimes they bring the most enthusiasm and magic. It's beautiful. So just watch AltSpace VR grow and evolve with us, and we'll be right here to report on it.
And just imagine if people had rejected Henry Ford and we were all still on horseback and buggy. Can you imagine? We all have to take we have to take what's comfortable and move forward, because honestly, moving forward will bring us so many amazing things. So world building interest has spiked due to the amazing worlds of Burning Man. If you wish to explore world building, begin with the world tours that happen each Tuesday with Daisy Shaw and on Wednesday with the World Tours team.
Last week, the Wednesday World Tour featured the historical worlds of Mark Jeffcock, designed with photogrammetry, and we received an amazing treat as he turned the tour into a lesson on how to do it yourself. That was amazing. We will have him back, no worries, but please check out his world, starting with the knew I was gonna mess it up. Donna, I did your thing. I want to say Clochester, but I don't know how to. Gloucestershire Historical Hub. Oh, my
Gloucester?
Forgive me.
Colchester. Say it with me.
Colchester.
Colchester.
Colchester. I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
Don't be sorry. I want hearts for the fact that I was able to say it. Like, come on. That deserves some recognition, people.
You said it. I should have added that one to you.
Oh, it's me now. Okay. The Wednesday World Tour monthly theme is weather. This month, the last Wednesday of the month, we will be touring worlds based upon weather and weather stories. Some hurricanes and tornado worlds were in the world and have been suggested, and we're looking for more. You may help by hunting for weather-centric worlds or create your own and share them on the World Tours Discord at discord.me/world tours. And we may include your weather world suggestion in our tour the last Wednesday of the month. Also, check out our world building tours and videos we found to help you learn more about all levels of world building.
And then go to help.altvr.com and check out the list of articles, tutorials in the world building section. And join the AltSpace VR Discord and look for the world building channels there for help. Read through the helpful advice. Ask if you need help, but we recommend searching first. Discord has a really powerful search where you can narrow it down by channel. Use it, because the same questions are asked quite often. Now, the show here in AltSpace VR, called Simulation Nation by Graham, one of our helpful, amazing moderators here, has done a series of episodes focused on world builders in AltSpace VR. Hasn't invited me yet, but that's okay. No. Mark, you and I should be on there. Anyway, the next one on Friday features Carnivore, the developer of the advanced world building workshops. And it is a great opportunity to meet the person behind the events and learn more about what he has in mind for dazzling us with advanced Unity world building techniques. And Carnivore's workshops are amazing. So definitely you want to go to that event.
Now, we love sharing your worlds with you and others. Join our News and Updates Discord. We have a channel called Share Your World in News. Just waiting for you to show off your world so we can feature it here. Before we get to the anniversary celebration, here are some events. Sorry, I missed the big headline. We're going to talk about events now. So before we get to the anniversary celebration, here are some events, past and present, coming up in AltSpace VR.
So this week, Caitlin Krause held her book launch with educators in VR for her new book, Designing Wonder, Leading Transformative Experiences in Virtual Reality. Now, we bring this up not only because the beautiful event space I built, Mark helped a little, but also because the book featured discussions with thought leaders in immersive education and offers new methodology and thinking on virtual world building, designing and developing those virtual experiences, not just the worlds, the experiences. That is huge. It has already been nominated for a Global Online Book Study and Award and is in the running to be selected. The power of VR to inform and transform is discussed throughout this entire book. And we really, really recommend it if you wish to take your world building experiences and your events to a new level. So please go to CaitlinKraus.com/VR. We'll put it in our Discord channel. CaitlinKraus.com/VR. And there's a discount, should still be up for ordering if you would like.
Petty Arguments Court is back tomorrow with Judge Kudos, a comedic and lighthearted but serious judicial experience to argue a case before your peers. With the sad passing of one of the greatest jurors, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she passed away yesterday. Expect to see some honors to her in the event, and coverage of her funeral and events honoring her will happen here in AltSpace VR over the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Oh, it's tough. It is going to be a tough few months. All right. Monday, Silicon Hagen is back with their regular meetup on education in Denmark and globally with a great topic on digital and virtual class management. Okay, love this. You do not want to miss this. This is one of the many challenges that are facing teachers and schools, as so many are split between virtual and physical. And many are embracing VR as part of their classes, but there is that issue. How do you manage it? How do you grade it? How do you, get to assessment, et cetera, et cetera? They're still trying to figure it out because there are no rules. So how do you manage your classroom across the spectrum? And across the metaverse, they've talked to some educational leaders in Denmark and beyond, and they're going to be bringing that to our virtual discussion table on Monday. So check that out.
Now, Captain VR Dana Maria is a professional, personal, and career coach, bringing weekly workshops to AltSpace VR for educators in VR on Wednesdays. This week, she is returning to a favorite topic that is so applicable right now: stress reduction and how to change behavior. Politics, coronavirus spikes, schools and businesses open and closed, wildfires, lockdowns, stress levels are at an all-time high. Luckily, we have VR to help with self-isolation and maintaining social experiences, and workshops like this will help you deal with the stress load, help you deal with it better. So don't miss out on this. It's happening this Wednesday.
And, oh, God, stress levels. Yes, indeed. And Women in XR and Allies. Do you know that it started over a year before the news and updates started? And it continues now with Get Social and Andy Fidel. So check it out on Wednesday to discuss the impact of helping women in the XR community at all levels, from doing events to teaching and programming and development and everything else.
Now, on Thursday, September 24th, Educators in VR is thrilled to offer a special event presentation with Evelyn Udu, head of the VR research team with Educators in VR, discussing headset cleaning, COVID-19, and the use of VR devices for multiple users, especially in businesses and schools, where the risk and fears about the spread of disease is higher than ever. COVID, flus, colds, and may be spread easily through the sharing of tech devices, including headsets, controllers. So how do we safely clean them? Evelyn has done extensive research on the subject and is offering this free workshop to help us understand how to clean our headsets and controllers to protect ourselves and others and the devices. So it's happening this Thursday, guys.
And, I've heard a lot of people say, yeah, well, I just clean it with some rubbing alcohol and everything. You have to be really careful because you're dealing with plastic and glass, and there's some delicate stuff in there with those headsets. So even if you're not sharing them, you do need to clean them once in a while. She says, who needs to clean hers? Ooh, reminder. Also, on Thursday, his Health Systems Chat is tackling the toughest subjects as usual. I don't know where he comes up with these. They're brilliant. This week, he is taking on COVID-19 as well. He's exploring the supply chains and healthcare, the shortages, the supplies, how these work to ensure health supplies flow right to the right places. And Chuck is an industrial engineer in the healthcare industry. Do you know that he personally 3D printed and distributed hundreds and hundreds of face shields to support healthcare workers during the pandemic, and he keeps doing it. Thank you, Chuck. I think that is amazing.
Now, later on Thursday, Boston VR has a special event featuring William Provencher from Tactical Haptics to discuss how he developed his business from a university lab to full business with his Saber Grip, cyclic, what is it?
Cylindrical.
That one. Form Factor haptic controller. Holy cow, say that twice fast. If you have a gamer and tech nerd like most of us are, you don't want to miss this.
Yay. This I have seen his new his Saber Grip thing. Awesome. So if you're into gaming, this is the thing. All right, there's just a few. These are just a few. So top of the iceberg, you know. Events that are hosted here in Altspace VR every day, every week, every month, and throughout the year. If you find an event that you wish to attend, make sure that you RSVP, and Altspace VR will send you an email reminder of the event an hour before. If you love what they do, check the channel list, see if they're listed, and subscribe to be notified of all upcoming events. And please, while you're in there, take a moment and subscribe to the News and Updates channel so you'll be notified of upcoming events so you don't miss a moment of what's happening right here in Altspace VR. So now it's time, Donna.
So now it's time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, something's odd with the slide. Okay. Anyway, go for it.
So now it's time we get to the anniversary section, people. So let's start by throwing up hearts because this is an amazing, amazing day. And last year's 1 year anniversary had Mark baring his soul to share with you his deepest fears in public and how doing this show has helped him face his fears and grow, inspiring others by his example. We will let him speak in a moment, but we thought we would take turns introducing ourselves.
So I get the honor of introducing Donna McTee. She has been hosting News and Updates with me for well over a year now, and this is one of the few shows in Altspace VR with 2 female leads. This was brought to my attention recently. Didn't even think about it because we don't think about this, but now that we are, I'm kind of proud about it. I'm pretty excited that we can say that. She's also a community helper, one of the longtime hosts of the Altspace VR 101, and has her own amazing event, Live Loved, which meets unbelievably 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Thank you. 6 days a week as a Bible study and open discussion support group that welcomes everyone. And boy, wonderful, wonderful discussions and things she has, and what a great community she's built. She's also the founder of Let's Meet in VR, providing training and guidance to new users and businesses in VR. She's the founder of Chaos. It's a great company title. She has over 20 years experience working with small businesses, providing cost-effective accounting and operational software management. Solutions and implementation services. And she's also the co-founder of the Social Media Breakfast Club in Calgary for over 10 years. She brings all this experience to educators in VR as the event producer, manager, coordinator. We just make up a title for all the things she does for this fast-growing educational production company. You may think she's just a dazzling rock star up here, reporting on the news from around Altspace VR, bringing us guaranteed laughter over technical issues and pronunciations every week. But she is so much deeper than her avatar's skin. So over the past 2 years with educators in VR and her own productions, Donna has helped produce events for dozens to thousands of attendees, not just here on Altspace VR, but also on Engage, for Bella, and Mozilla Hubs, and others. She has worked with scores of speakers, volunteers, and support team members to train and manage them. Well, in some ways, she's a newcomer to VR. She grabbed onto it with both hands and is thriving with its potential. So, Donna, we are so honored to have you as part of the News and Updates team. Thank you.
Oh, holy cow. I honestly didn't know she was writing that. Wow. Thank you, everyone. That's very nice of you, Laurel. Thank you. So
Mhm.
I'm standing behind. You guys all know what amazing person I'm standing beside, but Laurel is aware of so many different hats. One of them isn't sleeping. So Laurel is she included co-founder of Educators in VR. She helped JW and the AltSpace VR staff develop the AltSpace VR 101 program. Has led training sessions for event hosts and moderators for over 3 years. Built and developed the first museum in AltSpace VR dedicated to family history and genealogy, and hosts the weekly creative writing meetup on Tuesdays, doing what she was told couldn't be done, and that is write and teach about writing in VR. Now, November will be the third year she will host daily events in AltSpace VR for 30 days of the National Novel Writing Month Challenge. Oh, Nano. Oh, I learned this
NaNoWriMo.
yet. Yeah, that one. I learned that, say that last year. I have to get ready for this year. The first to host an entire month of events here in AltSpace VR. She is part of the World Tours team with Karen666, Diamond, and Daisy Shaw, which celebrated the first year of events touring the amazing worlds of AltSpace VR just this past summer. They estimate they've taken people to explore over 300 worlds in AltSpace VR just in the past year, exploring 10 times that number to find those worlds, with more coming. Now, Laurel also teaches world building and works with Mark to build event-based worlds, a special skill in world building for educators in VR events, productions, and clients. One of the accomplishments I know Laurel is most proud of is her work with building the Community Helpers program. So originally handed out as a gift for recognition for outstanding leadership and effort in AltSpace VR, she worked with a few key community leaders to ensure the respect of the AltSpace VR staff to community helpers. As they experienced leaders, they are an established criteria for the qualifications, which set up the potential for training and mentorship programs, some of which continue today through the Community Helper program and the AltSpace VR 101 programs. So not sure if you all know this. But when the Info Zone first opened in December last year, while producing the Educators in VR First International Summit, she staffed the Info Zone for over 10 hours a day to welcome newcomers to the platform and test the user experience of the new lobby area. Many improvements in AltSpace VR are really due to her diligence and nonstop flow of support tickets working on our behalf.
I'm
She
on
is the
first name
co
basis with him. Go ahead. I'm
she is the
sorry.
that's okay. She is the co-founder of Educators in VR and produces and hosts over 600 events annually, and that number is expected to grow tremendously over the next year here and across other platforms. So how she finds time to co-host the news every week, we'll never know, but know this. She's very dedicated to the AltSpace VR community and works hard to ensure people are welcomed. We are thrilled to have her as the lead part of our team.
Oh, I'm close. Thank you, Donna. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, everybody. Now, I want to introduce to you, thanks everyone, our producer, Mark. What can I say? What can we all say about him? Okay, not much, but then again, you know, who's counting? All right. We are counting, and Mark counts, is one of our biggest counts. Mark shared his story last year about how this show helped him overcome many of his fears and anxieties about speaking in public. And in a moment, he's going to share more. Trust me, he's more scared than you can imagine, but he's going to do this. We want to tell you a little bit about him so we can embarrass the hell out of him, and he'll then feel really comfortable up here on stage. Because we know you're never going to learn about this because he won't tell you about it himself. First of all, Mark is an innovator. He's one of the brave people here in AltSpace. He's one of the bravest people I know. He knew that AltSpace VR needed a show that brought people together to learn about the news every week. Others tried and failed. It's an extraordinary commitment to do this for free every week. You know that we've missed, I think, two events in 2 years. I think we've had to cancel. And he's that determined, and we celebrate 2 years of that determination today. He's also determined to overcome his fears. He did the whole thing by himself, which was crazy for the first 2 episodes. Then he partnered up with me, poor thing. And then we added other hosts over time as the need to film and live stream the event and control the slides and everything else demanded more attention. He willingly shared the stage to allow others to step up. We've had amazing hosts here, JW, Dawn, and now the Laurel and Donna show. But we've never forgot that the man behind the avatar and the avatars and the camera runs the show. We are very, very careful with his baby and his dream, and we work hard to ensure it stays true to his original mission and his passion each week. Now, in the past year, Mark has grown tremendously. I asked him today, I said, so where do you think you are from last year to this year? And he went, ooh. And the same. I don't believe it is full. He has outgrown so much with involved in the news and his involvement with the educators in VR. You know, that's just how it works. There are many of you who are going to know this is truth. You just stand still and I'll put you to work with educators in VR or anything else. Right, Serenity? I know it. Right, Ancient? Yeah, I know it. And Karen, all my beautiful friends here. And I did the same thing with Mark. I can see y'all agreeing. So he is in charge of our world building for educators in VR. He's using his expertise in building worlds for this show with event space creation for educators in VR. And we'll soon be announcing some amazing event spaces for rent built by Mark and our educators in VR world building team to support education, meetup, and conference events, all done under his guidance. If you have seen his world for the Virtual World Society meetups, then you have seen some of his amazing work, as well as what he's done with the Educators in VR Training Center. Mark now speaks at events. He does some trainings. He takes the stage bravely, offering his insights into world building, event hosting, and becoming a community helper in AltSpace VR. He was also one of the early hosts and continues to support the AltSpace VR 101 programs and helps with training and mentoring. Seriously, if you want to get involved being an event host and learning how all this works, get involved with AltSpace VR 101. Really, it's a great way to learn. As a producer, he's also the voice of sanity. He constantly monitors the AltSpace VR Discord. He helps where and when he can, especially with event hosting and world building. But he serves us best when there's a disruption in the force of the AltSpace community, helping us decide how and when to bring up sensitive topics and discuss them with you here. His determination is evident not only in this being the 2 year of the show, but also in tracking down guests like Q4Q and Lena and Yunji and others to include in this show and bringing other topics to light here. He is the heartbeat behind the show, and with it and his wonderful sense of humor, we love doing whack-a-mark at the end of the show. He keeps us laughing even during the serious moments, and he's always a shoulder to cry on and lend as a support. And we look forward to another 2 or more years. Are you up for it, Mark? Come on out, Mark. Where the hell are you? Mark, there he is. Yay, Mark! Yay! All right, my friend, it's your turn.
Oh. What to say? You know, it's been 2 years, and working with these two ladies, it's been absolutely amazing.
Oh, Mark, make sure you're on air. You're not on air.
Oh, sorry,
see,
folks,
even the producer forgets the details. On air and megaphone. Okay.
So for you in room 2, it's just, it's been an amazing journey for 2 years, and working with these 2 lovely women is amazing. Even though I have to put up with one of them.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah. just says I'm brave coming up on stage and talking. I think I'm stupid.
No, not even close.
I mean, yes, I was brave. I got up on centre stage the other week and performed on, not much of anything, but just a few jokes here and there from one of my fellow comedians here in the UK. But doing news and updates is something that I'm proud of. And to see it get to 2 years is just amazing. I didn't think it will get this far. I thought it would only last for a couple of months. People just will get fed up, just come in, no one will show up, and I was absolutely wrong. You all still come back, and it just amazes me that the community wants to know what is going on in alt space and see what these new worlds that are coming up and new these great events that you might be interested in going to. So I mean, thank you for coming to and seeing us every week for 2 whole years. Thank you. I think that's it.
Oh, that's beautiful, Mark. That is beautiful. Just take it in, my friend. Take it in. Wow, I haven't heard this many emoji pops since Reggie Watts. Awesome. Okay, thank you, Mark. And we also want to, so stay up here for just a moment while we finish this part. Then we can release you back to all the, can you control the slides? You got it? Okay. So we also want to introduce you to some of the other people who make this work every single week. So first of all, up, go ahead.
So
Yep.
Agent I Won't Say has been with us since nearly the beginning, helping to moderate and nuke the disruptive individuals who distract from your experience and ours. He is a master world builder, an innovator in world building technology, and the creator of the first earthquake machine in VR. It is not amazing, and you guys, if you haven't experienced it, you need to ask about it and check it out.
Indeed, indeed. We also have Serenity, who's in room 2, and so she's visible to those people. She's amazing. She has been with us for a very long time, so long I've lost track. She's another moderator who helps us kick some troll ass around here, and she is also an amazing singer who performs at many of the open mic events here and has her own events from time to time. And Serenity, we want more. She is an amazing voice coach and teacher, and we want more singing from our beautiful Serenity.
Karen666 has also been with us for a long time, and we love her so much. She's another amazing world builder, creating, or should I say gifting, us with the ocean and food waste, amazing educational worlds dedicated to the Earth Day cause and beyond. She is about to retire, maybe, and is moving from England to the coastal wilds of Scotland, and we're hoping internet is the first thing triple checked before she even moves in.
Absolutely. Now, Joseph, also known as Toronto, is here usually here somewhere. He is a longtime moderator, and he helps us with troublemakers. Like I'm seeing one trying to be a troublemaker in the front row here, and he hosts Church Toronto Weekly and is a wonderful youth leader.
Lisa is another one of our longtime moderators, helping us protect the show and each other, and guarantees us a laugh every week after this show. Trust us, you want giggles? Turn to Lisa.
No kidding. And Graham of Simulation Nation has been helping us out recently with moderation. He said he wants to learn more about event hosting. And Graham, we love your show. You're doing great things.
Now, Diamond recently volunteered to help us as a reporter, photographing and bringing us the news to report on for the past week. So she also hosts some of the AltSpace VR 101s and helps with the Educators in VR events, along with some other incredible events here happening in AltSpace VR.
Yep. We also want to send love out through the metaverse with great appreciation to Don from A Thing in a Place and the improv team for his help as a co-host last year before Donna came on board, to the amazing JW, whose commitment to the AltSpace VR community knows no bounds. He helped film and co-host the events during the first year, and we owe him so much gratitude for being here at our beck and call all the time. So thank you, JW. We know we have left out so many names. We just don't have enough show, but you are all in our hearts, and you mean so much to all of us. Thank you.
So most of all, we want to thank you, all of you who show up week after week to put up with our silly nonsense, our technical difficulties, and listen to our news reports on what's happening in our community. Thank you so much for being here every week. We do this for you, but we say it in the end of every show and every week, but we mean it. That we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you.
Absolutely. So let's take a look back at 2 years of the news and updates, just to kind of sum up a little bit of our AltSpace VR experiences in history. When the news and updates started, the world editor was barely 2 months old, allowing users to drag and drop design their worlds. The first and second news and update studio was built with a combination of the Alien, Campfire, and New Home kits. It was an evolution those first 6 months as we just watched the studio shift and change from week to week as Mark fiddled with it and tweaked it to get it to not only be a comfortable space for presenting and filming, but also a good audience experience space.
Now, at the time, AltSpace VR was open to Rift and tethered devices, Samsung Gear VR, and the few-month-old Oculus Go. Avatars were characters out of the Flintstones cartoon show, but the ability to customize your avatars and full body tracking was available.
It's so weird to see the full body tracking. It was amazing.
It was creepy.
It was creepy.
Yeah, amazing creepy, yeah.
Yes, it was. Now, the timing of news and updates coincided with an uptick of an energized community with a growing popularity of the LGBTQ plus community and other meetups starting to form. Now, 4 people. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
4 people, 3 community members, and 1 staff came together to create the first ever Halloween maze celebration. They built 6 worlds in less than 10 days, and Mark was there to pitch in during the last few days as things went crazy with some odd glitches in world building that caused kit items to literally rearrange themselves and fly across the space back to the 000 position. With his help, and that of Dawn and others, the exhausted world builders created an experience that has since been visited by over 6,000 people in a series of events. The Wednesday World Tour Group will be touring that original Halloween maze and hopefully some of the 2019 Halloween Worlds next month.
It's going to be fun. We're opening these up special just for the tour for Halloween. And we also, the huge community event involved over 40 community volunteers and led to the next immediate event. I mean, literally within seconds, we were doing another event. The holiday parade floats started out being the Thanksgiving floats in honor of Macy's parade, but we turned it into a holiday parade. And this was the first float and parade based here in AltSpace VR. Dozens of people, including Mark, built parade floats based upon the guidelines for the competition, and thousands explored these amazing creations, built mostly by first-time world builders. We explored them just last month with the world tours. Now, Mark's from the UK, and he had no idea what represented Thanksgiving. He didn't even know what Thanksgiving was in the United States. So I love this. He built a living room with a couch to hang out on, and snacks on the table, and a big screen TV to watch sports. I say he got American Thanksgiving right on.
That's awesome. Mark Wasson continues to be part of the community events in and around the holidays, including helping Laurel, Stevie Boy, Dawn, Joker, and others build the first Hanukkah celebration world, which we used again last year and might again this, as well as the lovely holiday worlds for the reading of the Xmas stories, such as The Night Before Christmas and Polar Express.
Now, we reported on all these things here on the news and updates and more as AltSpace VR became busier and busier after the 2018 holidays brought users gifted with new Oculus Go's. That was insanity at an amazing level. This last Christmas, same insanity. After the COVID pandemic self-isolation, same insanity. It was amazing. So over the past 2 years, the community has grown, and we've announced wonderful holiday events over the years, including the help Kaylin build a boyfriend for Valentine's Day last year, which was honestly, I swear, one of the funniest events ever, as we threw world building ideas out to her. And my favorite was she put moving grass under its armpits for hair. And we had pride parades, the Chinese New Year's Lanterns Festival, and the New Year's celebration, and most recently Burning Man. We look forward to reporting more holiday and seasonal events right here for you. And with the coming of the Oculus Quest last year, AltSpace VR was ready, and so was the news and updates, and we are for the Quest 2 as well. Then AltSpace wasn't ready. They were so ready for the Oculus Quest, and then they weren't, but we were. News came only a few weeks before the Oculus Quest launch that Oculus was changing the rules on what could and couldn't be allowed in the Oculus Store for Quest access. All VR platforms, all the apps scrambled, and AltSpace VR announced a huge remodel accordingly.
Now, as we reported weekly, AltSpace VR had the option to shut down our community so they could concentrate on developing as fast as possible to serve the new Quest users. But they chose rather to keep it open with compromises. The community was thrilled, but they weren't so happy with some of the changes. As they held strong and came together as AltSpace VR included them in the process, now many people think they didn't. Yeah, we reported weekly on how AltSpace VR staff was including the community in the feedback process with the improved support ticketing and communication, with regular meetups with reports, with feedback sessions to allow the community to vent their feelings and desires, an event responding to expand the avatar options when the community insisted they do so, as avatars were stripped down to essentials to allow the developers to keep the platform open during the development and testing.
And it was so hard, and we talked about it right here. World building took a hit as developers had to restrain world building, especially for events, to conform to Quest Store rules and regulations and the need to support mobile devices. But we stayed, learning how to adjust, and the news and updates team kept everyone informed every step of the way with tips, techniques, and updates.
Now, the first major phase of the remodel came with the release of the new avatars. AltSpace VR staff met with the community helpers, then the community, to introduce the concept of the avatars more than a month ahead of their release. We'd started open discussions in the news and updates a few months earlier, and avatars were a hot topic as we talked it through, our concerns, our fears, worries, and frustrations, some bitterness. And here we are all in our new avatars. We miss the old ones, especially the robots, but we know this is still phase one of the new avatars. More is coming.
Now, we've reported on changes to events and event hosting, regular events and special events, and the oddball event that isn't featured but still needs some attention.
We've reported on news, good and bad, and helped you remember why you are here and why you should come back for more.
We've been through the fun times and the tough times, and this year has been no exception. Our fussing over avatars in the year-long remodel seems to kind of evaporated when we all went into self-isolation, and many of us lost friends, family, and peers to this terrible virus, as well as jobs. It's life-changing.
What has kept us strong is our ability to use AltSpace VR to break through the boundaries of self-isolation, politics, geography, and other walls that keep us apart. Together in VR, we are stronger. We are together. We are not alone. And you are not alone. We found that VR opens doors to possibilities and potentials we never believed existed before. And the News and Updates has been here to share those experiences with you, and we continue to do it.
Over the next month, we'll be hosting tours of our historical studios, sharing our insights on building worlds for events. We'll also have some behind-the-scenes workshops to show you how this all works. And we also have a few other surprises coming up. So watch the event calendar for dates and times. Please join us next week as we continue to celebrate the news and updates, not just for today, this month, but every single day. Now, that is all for this week's news and updates. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with all the past episodes to learn more about how AltSpace VR works and what's going on in the community. We feature the AltSpace VR announcement feed in our news and updates Discord server, so you don't miss a minute of the news.
And remember, the conversation doesn't stop here in AltSpace VR. Discord is our home base for our community outside of AltSpace VR, and we invite you to join the News and Updates Discord to keep up with the news and activities here and around the VR industry, and to share your world's news, events, and updates with us at discord.me news updates. discord.me/news updates. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channel so that the others can keep up with the news in and around AltSpace community.
If you'd like to volunteer and help us out, we would love it. We do this for you, but we also need your help. And Mags needs some help there. I can hear it. Lovely Mags. We need I love her dog. We need people to help us film and live stream the news. We need people to supply us with pictures and news from events and activities in and around AltSpace. Writers, editors, photographers, reporters, moderators, backup hosts. If you'd like to help us out, if you want to learn how to do this better and to do this with us, let us know on our Discord server or right after the show.
Also, we will hang around after the news to answer your questions and talk about what you're doing in AltSpace VR. So please stick around, as we'd love to chat with you. And as always, thanks. Huge thanks to our news update volunteers and moderators that help make this event such a success. We really are so grateful. Hang on.
And Mark, any last words before we sign out? Well, you have to unmute yourself, my friend. Make sure you're on air. And
Do I have to?
Yes, you do. Last words, so to speak.
Last words. Thank you so much.
Works for me.
Thank you so much for joining us today, last week, last month, last year, even the first day. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Say the words, Donna.
So please be safe wherever you are in the world. Oh, so with uncertain times, be safe wherever you are in the world. Hearts.
It all works. Yay. Thanks, everyone.